Okay, so here's the actual set out. I happen to have picked up a second one of these at a flea market somewhere, and it was already out for a pretty decent price. So not gonna. The other one that I have that you saw in the first part of the video is pretty much intact and mint, so I'm just not gonna bother opening that up. Here it is. Here's a tube. Basically, what you can do with them is that two people, or two kids rather, I guess, can grab one of these handles, which is at either side, and you can actually battle between Darth Vader and Obi Wan Kenobi. It's a pretty cool idea. You do have to replace the batteries, of course. These are pretty old, so they're not going to light up at all. But other than that, it's pretty neat. It's definitely a cool idea. In terms of articulation, well, they really barely move. I have read that you really can't move the lightsaber up and down too much because that can get into trouble with the actual wiring inside. But I don't know, one of these days I'm going to go ahead and actually replace the batteries and check it out. This particular one that I picked up was missing a little bit of the backdrop. It's supposed to have one of these on either side, just to kind of give it the full look of being inside the Death Star. Okay. But this particular set, when I picked it up, didn't have that. One of the other pieces you can get as part of the Star Wars effects line is a loop, and these two things are supposed to unclick down here. Let's see, you pull them apart. Oops, Darth Vader died. Okay, so let's see. We put Darth Vader back on his peg here. Okay, put this back up here. There we go. At some point I had the lightsaber, but I'll take him off of Obi Wan and plug him into Skywalker, just so you can get the idea. You plug these in and you have a Death Star duel between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. And you know, once again, the articulation on these isn't great. It's really something you're supposed to be able to like kind of just bash the other guy's head in somehow. You know? I believe there's good in you, Father. Anyways, there's a tab on the back of these. Let's see if you can get a look. Which when you press it, the lightsabers are supposed to go on. Okay, but as I said before, these are pretty old. From 1996 or so, and we're what, 2012? That's what, 10, 16 years almost. So obviously, whatever battery life there was inside is dead. Wouldn't be surprised if the batteries have popped. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll actually go ahead and replace the batteries and see if they still work. But that's it. That's my review of the Power of the Force effects line, particularly of the Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and Obi Wan scenario. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching. This was The Closet Jedi.